Show, the podcast that discusses everything that's going on in Japanese Grand Sumo. Whether you've been steeped in sumo lore since the Heisei era, like me, Stan, or you're a dedicated fan who wants to get deeper into what's happening on and off the dohyo, like our good friend Troy, or you're brand new to the world of sumo and just want to learn what it's all about. No matter how much you know about the sport, the Sumo Show has something for you. So let's throw some purifying salt into the ring, do a few big Chico foot pray to the internet gods, and see what's new on this week's episode of the Sumo Show. So, konnichiwa, everyone, and Okairi, welcome back to my co-host Troy.
We did it.
Well, yeah, except we didn't do anything. All of a sudden, it's working.
We didn't not do them.
Yeah, no, we doinked around and tried again.
Yeah, well, here we are. Live and clearly all of our bits, our ones and zeros, have decided to congeal and to create an image for you that is the charming visage of our friend Stan.
Yes, I do notice that my background is gone.
What's your background?
I'm in a black void around my.
Oh, you know what? That is my fault.
Well, I don't know about fault. I thought maybe the internet ate it.
I think it probably did. We can blame the internet. But you know what we can't blame the internet for?
Everything else?
This. Fantasy Oyakata.
Is the voiceover part of that video?
Yes.
All right, because I wasn't sure whether or not you kept saying it.
just repeating it in the perfect tone and
Fantasy Oyakata.
Yeah. No, I wanted to make something special for today. Friends may notice that I have a new name today.
Yes.
Kanashi Kyujo, which is sad
absence.
Leaving. Yeah. Absence, yeah. Yes. Usually related to an injury is what I hear on the streets.
Injury or illness, yeah.
Yeah. I suppose we might chalk this up to an illness. But yeah, this really changes things for and so when I get sad, when I get Kanashi, I have to create that makes it all better for me, which is why Fantasy Oyakata. Which is why we've done that. So anyway, that's my intro.
We're gonna see a lot of that from now on, aren't we?
Tell me what you think, friends. If you like the new overlay, put a 1 in the chat. No. Anyway, so there's been some wildness, not the least of which, are the internet connection being only one.
Changing your name is a spoiler in a way.
I know. In that but not so much in so that relate to the, but you're absolutely right. I haven't said a name.
No.
So if you are following along with us and you pay no attention to sumo outside of Stan and I, we should probably talk. But also,
you should
news is coming.
Find some other sources,
just at least to hold you, between our shows, hold you over.
All right. Well, I mean, we're now an hour later than we usually are, so let's get going before the entire evening disappears.
Absolutely, because I am punch-y right now. I'm literally trying hard not to just cackle myself into a coma.
All right, so we're picking up with day 7. I see your graphics are already misleading because this is day 7 to 10, not just 7 to 10.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Don't worry, folks. We are going to cover all 4 of them.
I know everybody was like,
here on going into day 7, we had tied with 5-1 records in the lead Ozeki Onosato and Maegashira 4 Takayasu. There's a bunch of them. So look at this. Onosato, M4 Takayasu, Maegashira 12 Onokatsu, and Maegashira 14 Churanomi all had 5-1.
Yeah.
But that's really not very many, theoretically, going into the middle weekend. That's about the right number. They're just the wrong ranks.
Hey, are you looking at something?
Am I looking at something?
I thought you were showing maybe the standings, I see the wins.
I'm looking at my notes as well.
Oh, gotcha. Great. Okay. Just making sure I was not on the wrong.
Nope, that's it. Because I don't want to share my notes.
Fair enough.
Accepting that, I'll talk about it. So here, let's quick go through what happened there. We're coming in 5-1. Bunch of other people are at 4-2, and what happened on this day 7? Day 7, Aonishiki wins, which is going to be a theme for this particular 4 days.
We're eating our words, huh?
That's right. Aonishiki's going on a big winning streak.
Yeah.
What am I coming up here? Hakuoho and Onokatsu. That was a big one. Onokatsu, one of our co-leaders. Hakuoho was 1 win off the pace and looking very good. And Hakuoho won. And boy, did he just muscle his way through that.
Yeah, a lot of chatter about, a lot of people really excited about that.
He looked good and strong. He's my one note is Hakuoho, strong like Bo. Oh, and Onokatsu was doing really good. So it was an impactful match. And Takeru Fuji, we look up on, he beat Endo that day, and he also came through really strong. He had that same look that he did last year when he won this tournament, which we haven't seen a lot of. So I was very kind of heartened on day 7 to see both of them coming out and putting in such strong performances.
Yeah.
What happened? What else happened? Kim
Ichi
Bozan
Yamamoto
lost.
doing the Lord's work.
What?
I said Ichi Yamamoto doing the Lord's work.
Ichi Yamamoto, yes, just coming in and showing,
cleaning up.
Yep, showing Shodai what's what. Kim Bozan lost to Oshoma after having a pretty good start to the week. He just looked a little over anxious, and he rushed in. He had a good shot. He rushed in and got thrown down. Let's see, what other notes do I have about this day? Takayasu made a great reverse against Wakataka Kage at the ropes. It's a super match. It was a really good match. Takayasu made a good pivot and to throw Wakataka Kage out and keep his winning streak alive.
You thought that was good, huh?
Well, no. So I tell you what, I say my note actually says nice move by Takayasu to reverse Wakataka Kage. Damn it.
Right. Yeah, that was my thoughts exactly.
But he looked really good. And there's another thing we're gonna see happening over these 4 days is Takayasu going on a little winning streak.
Yeah.
And then the Kirishima Wakamoto Haru fight was great. Wow, was that a good fight? Kirishima wound up winning, and that might be the last time he did so far this tournament, but he looked really good on Saturday. Hoshoryu came back and beat Takanosho, Onosato beating Chiyoshoma, and Kotazakura beating Tobizaru. So given the way we used to look at things, I would tell you what their records were at that time. Can't do that anymore. That's gone. It's lost to the internet.
Yeah, we don't know.
All right, so let's look at day 8. I don't want to rush through this, but there's no no reason to delay. We're already an hour late, and and someone's gonna have to pee soon.
That would be me.
So going into day 8, our leaders, Onokatsu drops out of our leader group, and so now it's just Onosato and Takayasu and Shuranomi still hanging in there at Maegashira 14, 6-1, only 1 loss. On day 8, Shuranomi pulled a real escape artist trick against Mitakeumi. Mitakeumi's been looking terrible, but he brought it, I think, maybe all the energy he had left, and was beating Churanomi but couldn't finish him. And Churanomi pulls a nice little pivot on his heels at the edge of Tawara, and Mitakeumi falls on his stomach, Shonoumi gets to stay among the leaders, um, and Mitakeumi gets to put another loss on his list for the Basho, which not so good. On day 7, we're talking about how Hakuoho and Takeda Fuji were looking like they used to. On day 8, Atami Fuji is the one who rolls in and looks just like he did last summer when he was winning good. It's exactly the way we want him to look in his win against Shonan Naomi. Of course, Shonan Naomi's having a terrible tournament and looks like
Yeah.
he's got the same. We were talking about this last time. He's got the same kind of problems that Mitakaumi does. The second he starts going backwards, he can't do anything. But you got to get him going backwards, which is no mean feat. He's a big guy, and in this fight, Atami Fuji just took it to him and right off the tachi started moving him backwards, and there was nothing Shonan Naomi could do about it. And Takeda Fuji on Sunday also continues to look like he did last year. This was a day, actually, day 8 was a day that I went on the Sunday morning sumo show
All right.
did live broadcast with them while the matches were going on.
A lot of fun.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I listened to 99.9% of it, but it was a great time. Those guys are just really,
they're
fun. So super fun. And it was kind of, it was fun to hear them, you and Doomflache banter. And, I really appreciate their fandom. You know what I mean? Like they really love sumo, and having you kind of with them and having that conversation. And then later it was just kind of you and Doomflache together. It was great. It was really an entertaining listen. I hope that folks got to check it out.
I'm glad. So if you're not aware of them, you should be. Look them up on YouTube. The Sunday morning sumo show.
Yeah, I'll drop a link here. And then
I don't know how you find out about it. I don't remember whether it was in the show notes, but they've got a so they broadcast live, they stream live while the matches are going on and do a commentary on it. And then the videos become invisible. They make them unlisted so that they can't get in trouble. And it's only if you are a member of their Discord.
Yeah.
If you're a member of their Discord, they will give you a link so you can go watch it after the live stream. So if you don't want to watch, like for me, that ran from midnight to 2 a.m. doing that stream.
Yeah.
And it was worth staying up for, but not every night. But I could.
It's very entertaining. They really do have a lock on, on their passion for the sport. I'm going to drop their Discord in the chat, and as well, I'm going to drop. You will see there. Go ahead and head on over to YouTube and give it a little subscribey.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
Yeah. And both JJ and his co-host Goose, who was just doing production the night that I was there. He's usually the other announcer with them. Both of them do sumo. Like they're sumo. They do sumo, part of a local sumo club, and participate. So they really understand the sport from a way that any of us who just watch don't. They have insights that we'll never get, which are always interesting to hear.
Yeah. I mean, folks who are longtime listeners know that we have the Haya Heya and standard practice there on the regular. But yeah.
Anyway, I'm reminded of this because Takeda Fuji still looking great, but he's got a big black eye.
What is going on with that?
A really ugly dark circle around his left eye. He got poked in the eye a few days ago during a win, and I didn't notice it until Sunday when I was watching the match. I'm like, what's up with his eye?
Yeah, no, it was gnarly. It was gnarly.
But here on day 8, he got another win against Oshoma. Sad story as we get up towards the top. Ura loses to Oho. Daisho's doing good. Wakataka Kage gets another win. Onosato beats Ichi Yamamoto. That was not terribly surprising, but very sad for JJ, who's a big
And
Ichi Yamamoto fan. Kirishima went up against Koto Sakura and again just looked like he had no plan.
yeah.
And I hate that. I hate that. I don't, and I think that someone was mentioning what one of the commentators today uh, on the video. I think it was Hiro on the NHK feed was saying that this is what he looked like when we first learned that he had a neck injury, right? This kind of going out there without any real
Maybe.
plan and just kind of
Yeah.
hoping that he can find something to do.
Right.
And that's what it looked like against Koto Sakura. And
But
then Hoshoryu lost to Takayasu.
I was it the hair?
Was it the hair?
Was it his
Well,
body
I don't
hair?
know. Takayasu, he has trouble. Takayasu was 9-2 against him in their previous meetings going
So there's
into
something
that.
about what he does that
Yes.
gets into yeah.
I think that Hoshoryu can't budge him, and
Right.
Takayasu just has a good sense for him at the Tachiai, and um, yeah, so he won again. So that's Hoshoryu giving up his second gold star.
Generous of the Yokozuna to give so many.
So yeah, how you must love the little birdies to give them this to perch on.
See? Yeah. He's
That's
creating some opportunity for folks for sure.
So yeah, not so good for him though. That means going into day 9, we still have our same 3 leaders because our 3 leaders won. It's at 7-1. We got Onosato, Takayasu, and Chiyoshima. And the number of people who's in second place has also dropped down to 3. And it's Takeru Fuji, Tamawashi, and Meisei.
And Churnaumi is performing or doing is looking good.
So it shouldn't say Chiyoshima. I should have said Churanomi.
Okay.
I'm typed those wrong a couple of times. I noticed. Chura no Umi, not Chiyoshima. Chura no Umi, Magushira 14. Yes, he's tied for the lead. Still.
Which is
And he's
awesome.
looking good. But,
yeah,
but
looking
he's
good.
Still fighting down. This is about the time when we're thinking, okay, they're going to start bumping him up a little.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And honestly, not a rickshaw that I have paid a lot of attention to.
Well, he's really been kind of he's been kind of bad the last few tournaments. So,
but it is good sumo.
yeah.
Watching watching Takano Show just decimate.
Yeah.
It's been very, it is maybe not enough to buffer my my great sadness, but I suppose that's a day 9 thing.
Yeah. All right, so on day 9, what do we got going on here? Shishi beats Asakoryu. That was a pretty good match.
Yeah. Okay, so she's performing in better than we expected.
He's still doing the butt waggling, and
I don't think that's going to stop unless he gets taken to court or something.
Even the announcers are talking about how much longer is the Sumo Association going to let him keep doing it?
So everybody's like, okay,
someone's going to tell him to stop.
They're like, listen, wiggle buns.
Yeah, Onokatsu loses again to Koto Joho. That was a sadness. Atami Fuji again looked really strong against Meisei. Same kind of thing. He suddenly came out and showed his old form.
Yeah. Keep it up, Atami Fuji,
so
please.
Again, the question is, why suddenly now? Why not every day? What else have I got here? the Tobizadu and Wakamoto Haru match, jumping up a few there. Tobizadu looked more like Wakamoto Haru than Waka did in that match.
Right.
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't look like Tobizadu. They both came out fighting the same kind of Wakamoto Haru style, and Tobizadu did it better.
He changed it up. He, as part of his, one of his tricks in his bag of monkey tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled it out.
Um, so what
Okay,
else
good.
have I
I was
got
like, "Are you
here?
frozen? Or are
I'm
you?"
looking at my notes and I wrote something I don't understand.
No worries. I was just like, "Oh no."
You're like, oh no, his internet's failing again. No, I just can't write. So I'm looking at the Kirishima loss to Gonoyama, and after uh, what the heck am I writing that note about? Well, he's 4-4 coming into that match, and he really, which that's at the end of week one, he was 4-4, which, as I often say, Komusubi, he's Komusubi now. Komusubi's the hardest, uh, the hardest rank of all, and coming out of week one 4-4 is great, right? You should look at that and go, oh well, Komusubi doing 4-4 in week one, terrific. But he's not looking great. He needs to finish strong. He needs 4 more wins, and he lost on this day. He lost to Gonoyama, who's having a terrible tournament, and again because he came out looking like he didn't have a plan, which I'm worried really does mean is that his neck is bothering him, and he's going to crash out. So he's have a really solid week one and a terrible week two, and now then he'll be back down around Maegashira 4 or 5 again.
Yeah.
Kotozakura lost to Takayasu. Takayasu getting in the wins.
Yeah.
But Kotozakura also he's Karaban, he's got to get 8 wins, and we know at the end of this week he's going to be fighting Onosato. Well, it would have been Hoshoryu, but we don't know yet at this point. But Hoshoryu is going to pull out, so that's going to save him one. But he's still got his biggest matches to come, and he's got to get those wins in, and he's just not doing it. Onosato, on the other hand, is looking calm and cool and in control, particularly here on day 8 against Abi. He just swallowed Abi up. And Abi's been giving everyone fits this tournament. And then Hoshoryu loses to Ichi Yamamoto. I wish I'd been watching JJ talk about that. He would have loved that. Ichi Yamamoto is his favorite. Yeah.
Did you happen to catch a glimpse of Takayasu's Keshimawashi?
Which one?
It has Charlie Chaplin on it.
I've seen that one, yes.
Yeah, and I was like, but why? What was that about? And it led me down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Of history and how the Charlie Chaplin was a favorite of a past Yokozuna, and that when he was in Japan when because he was supposed to be assassinated with was it an emperor? Was it an emperor? Sorry, I'm trying to find where my notes are here. And
Charlie Chaplin was supposed to be assassinated?
in Japan, and the reason why he was not is because he was at a sumo match, a sumo bout with the the Japanese prime minister was assassinated in the 30s. The assassins also wanted to kill Charlie Chaplin, who was supposed to be with the PM at the time, so the U.S. would go to war with Japan, eliminating the current government and restoring the emperor back to power. But Chaplin wasn't with the PM. He was watching sumo with the PM's son.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had no idea about this.
nah, me either. I thought I mean, it was odd to me. I thought, what a weird choice. And was trying to see if there was some shadowy organization responsible.
Well, I mean, the Keshimawashis are very often they just reflect the things that uh, that the Rishi like. Like they're made for them by their fan clubs who know them, and they make things that appeal to them. Sometimes
That's
it'll
right.
be like their hometown or something that reflects the fan club or the sponsor who's
That's right. That's
paying
what in
for
this
it.
case it's the Nobidome Clinic, which is an internal medicine clinic, and they have they have Charlie Chaplin on there because of the affinity that Yokozuna had, because of this, circumstance or situation, which is I thought it was kind of an interesting little bit of fashion history.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
there we go. There you go, indeed. Yes. So if you can, and you get that if you watch the Sunday morning sumo show, where they will start right as the Rikishi are doing their ring entering ceremony, wearing their keshimawashi, their decorative aprons, the big colorful aprons.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun to look at the aprons and see what's on them.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. Which is really what led me down the rabbit hole in the first place. So we have them to thank.
All right, and then the last thing that happened on day 9 was Hoshoryu got kind of sloppy, and he tried to make a throw too soon against Ichi Yamamoto and lost, um, and gave up his third Kimboshi.
Yeah,
3 Kimboshi in 9 days as Yokozuna. That's
yeah,
not
not
good.
good, not good.
That's not good.
Now I'm not a sumo expert, but
You're close
I play one on this
on this.
program. I did not get the sense that there was a injury of gravity enough that he would need to
Well,
excuse
all right.
himself from the
So
dojo.
he so the thing that happens is after this, Hoshoryu pulls out. On day 10, Hoshoryu comes in Kyujo and he's out of the tournament now. Um, and we can talk a little bit more about that after we get through the day 10 bit. But it's weird because I just said he got sloppy and tried to throw too soon, but it may just be that he tried to throw and hyperextended his elbow
Sure,
again,
sure.
which was
Yeah,
already bothering him. We know it was already bothering him.
yeah.
So now I'm looking at that note. It really looked sloppy, but it might have been a cue about the injury bothering him.
There is also talk about him having conversations, having an interview where he did say that his neck and shoulder were flaring up and that it hurt sort of as bad, that it was as bad as it gets. So that is
Yeah.
at least on record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, and maybe it's not fair of me to presume because he didn't look as injured as I think he should have to have to have
Yeah.
dismissed himself,
But
but that just me being
again,
sour.
but he did before the tournament make make a point of going
Yeah.
to the press and saying, "I'm going to be in there for the whole time. I'm not going to pull out no matter what my score is."
Yeah. Yeah.
And as you say, that I don't doubt that he's injured and it hurts because he clearly was injured before. He's struggling with that before the tournament even started. But he does. It's not like he can't get into the ring. And it's not like we've got Kirishima. It's also, if his neck is hurting him, he's still in there looking half-assed.
Yeah, kind of kind of
Right?
wondering.
So, right, I don't know. I feel conflicted on that because we were always saying if they're hurt, they should get out of there.
Truth, yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but again, it's just A, that he's Yokozuna, and B, that he made that declaration, and C, my lingering doubts about whether they should have promoted him just then to begin with.
yeah. But you know what I am excited about?
What?
That both of our Ukrainians are delivering.
Yeah, they're both looking pretty good. So
the commentary everywhere you go on
huh,
on she is it cracks me up.
she is, yeah, looking,
They've got a lot of euphemisms for what it is that he's doing.
wiggling his butt in the air, and
Yeah. And the question is, if they take away his magic wiggle, is that going to ruin his?
yeah,
And I hope they let him continue.
they won't. They won't. In fact, he already today on day 10, he
Yeah.
was he was much less wiggly,
Yeah, but still a little wiggly.
a little wiggly.
Yeah. So I
Um,
don't believe that we can take the wiggle out of him.
oh, they can take the wiggle out of anything they want. So we go into day 10,
Yeah.
and Onosato and Takayasu are tied with Takeda Fuji and Churanomi in second.
Yeah.
And Onosato and Takayasu are fighting head to head on day 10, which is pretty exciting. Um, Also, interesting thing that happened down in Jurio. A young guy named Kusano, this is his debut in Jurio, and he won on day 10, and to go 10, he's 10-0. He hasn't lost, and this sets a new record for Jurio rookie most wins to start a Jurio career.
That's great. That's excellent.
So there's someone I guess we should keep our eye on for the future. Has not really been much on my scorecard, but coming to Jurio, start 10-0, you get on the scorecard.
Nice.
So there were a lot of really good matches on day 10. Of all the days here, if you haven't watched them, the one to watch the whole thing on, day 10, lots of really good matches. Also, interestingly enough, a lot of matches where people are fighting for the first time. A lot of these two have never met matches today. I think
Yeah.
4 of them, maybe 5. So today was a really good day. Takada Fuji and Asakoryu, two people we don't really have much to say about in concern of this tournament. They had a really fun match today. There's an interesting Takada Fuji was getting near the edge and forced out, and he did a little spin just at the right time because Asakoryu's footing slipped. So he did a spin thinking that he was going to have to just save himself, and Asakoryu wasn't there, so they could start fighting again. It was very, very fun. Churanomi got a bump up to fight against Hakuoho and beat him.
Yeah, and got a big fat stack of envelopes.
Yeah.
That was great. It was good to see.
I was kind of surprised. Hakuoho came in hard, and I was surprised Churanomi stood up to it, but he did, and managed to get a nice win out of it. Nishikigi and Tamawashi, I think both of them did 360s in the ring during that one. It was a very unexpectedly nimble,
dense like.
yes. It was
Yeah.
a pas de deux, pas de
That's right.
sumo.
A pas de beret or whatever. Yeah, very, very impressive. Just a further proof that these athletes are,
Yeah.
they can do it.
Did you see the Kinbozan and Endo match?
I know I might have. Sorry, this is where things get a little hazy for me as my day went kind of crazy.
So it's very fast. It looked like they came on the Tachiai. They didn't bonk heads, but it looked like Endo went low and Kimbozan went high, and Kimbozan lowered his chin and like clocked Endo with the point of his chin, just like bonked onto his
Ah,
forehead, and
ouch.
Endo just goes falling backwards and rolls over like he doesn't know what city he's in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and the announcers, everyone, because at first you're like, what happened? Why is Endo, kind of groggy getting up? And you go back to the replay, and you usually expect to find somewhere someone got clocked with an elbow on the chin or something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
or the big forehead smashes, but
Oh
they
yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
They didn't smash their foreheads. It's just like particularly in slow motion, it looks like Kinbozan just drives his chin down into the top of his head, and Endo's
That's
eyes
just
cross, and he
yeah.
goes rolling backwards.
Not good for the teeth and not
No.
yeah, no, none of that.
So I'll have to say, uh, given how groggy Endo was, I'm a little worried that he may get hit with a concussion
Like he
protocol.
got concussed. Yeah, yeah.
Um, but and he rolled over, and like I say, his eyes were still spinning, and when he stood up, he was wobbly on his feet. So we'll see for
I
day
did
11. I would not be surprised if Endo uh, has to go Kyujo for a day or two.
yeah,
But
yeah.
also, this being sumo, I won't be surprised if he just comes back and fights
And just
anyway.
fights through it, walks it off.
Yeah,
Hey, I did want to call out a note that I made
yeah,
that said, "Let Shishi off the chain," because he was less fondly, less
yeah.
wiggle bodied in
Yep.
this. Yeah, yeah.
Let Shishi off the chain.
Let Shishi be
They just
Shishi.
put him on that chain. They want him on that chain.
They do indeed, yeah. But
He didn't wiggle his butt, and he didn't do the claws.
and none of it, yeah. And he won, so he can do it without the boogie,
Well,
the boogie
he
woogie.
just proved that he doesn't need the magic feather.
That's right. He doesn't need magic
The
crab
magic butt
hands or
wiggle. You don't need the magic butt wiggle, Shishi. You can do it anyway.
Shishi. And I say, friend, I say you do it. You wiggle until you win. Wiggle till you win. Don't let anybody put your light under a bushel.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Uh, and then what else we got? The Daisho Oho match.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh, just a big booming match. Two guys who are going at it with big hits and taking it and coming back for more.
A longer match, yeah?
Yeah, it did. It was not short, and there was a little worry about which one of them is going to get tired first.
Yeah, yeah.
But Daisho just wouldn't let up and just kept coming back. Boom, boom.
Yeah. No. I didn't watch the full match, but I do remember saying, "How long is this thing?" As I was like playing and pausing and playing and pausing between calls, and
Yeah.
But yeah,
So let's see. Kanishima lost again.
yeah,
Uh, Takayasu beat Onosato in their head-to-head.
yeah. What is going on? He's doing
Is
it.
this it? Is this his chance? And remember, we were talking at the beginning of the tournament how much we keep hoping that maybe it'll be his turn, but it's never his turn.
Yeah, maybe this
Is
is
it
it.
his turn? Here we're 5 days left now, and he is our sole leader, and uh he's fought uh he's fought and beat both uh the Yokozuna and Onosato.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's 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 a good story. It's the Cinderella story of the Basho.
Yeah. You know what? I'll pull up his Totakumi record in a second. But tomorrow, so here at the end of the day, right, Ura gets a walkover win because Hoshoryu is pulled out.
Yeah,
So he doesn't get a gold star for that. You don't get a gold star
if they don't face him.
if
Yeah,
it's a Fusen show.
gotcha.
So only 3 gold stars.
Only
Uh,
3. Ugh,
but our sole leader now, with 5 days to go, just 5 days left, Takayasu is 9-1,
it's
and
fantastic.
on day 11, he's fighting against Kirishima, who we've already said seems to be,
Kind of dazed.
yeah, it's kind of struggling,
Yeah,
maybe with the neck thing, which I think is going to give Takayasu a good chance to hold on to that.
he really does have the energy of someone who accidentally wandered into the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in second place, we got three Rikishi tied. Onosato or Ozeki Onosato's there. He fights Ura on day 11.
Okay, that'll be good.
And the other two who are tied for second are Takeru Fuji and Chura Naomi.
Yeah, these.
And they fight each other.
Oh, no joke.
Chura
That's
Naomi's bumped
great.
up, and they're putting him up against Takeru Fuji.
Oh, I love that. I
So
love
there's
that.
our big match for day 11.
Yeah. Yep. I love that.
So it seems likely that Takayasu is going to. I got to heavily favor him against Kirishima, given the way Kirishima's fighting currently.
Yeah.
Onosato's probably going to beat Ura, but you never can tell with Ura.
Yeah.
Something weird could happen. But we're going to lose one of the other two. Either Chura Naomi or Takeda Fuji's taking a loss tomorrow.
I can't even. I love what's happening. I can't even speculate.
Can't even.
I think that they're going to tie.
You know what? I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm sure that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're certain that won't be the.
That will not happen. So let's
I think that
see if
they're
I
just
come over
gonna.
here and I hit this. Can you see? We do that. We do that. So yeah. So Takayasu has beaten the Yokozuna and both Ozeki.
I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna say, I really want Takayasu to win. I mean, it would be great if he did. I don't know if I want.
He's
it,
also already fought and beaten Wakatakage and Daisho, who's the Sekiwake. Yeah. So who's left of the top guys for him to face? Got Abi. Hasn't fought Abi yet. He hasn't fought Wakamoto Haru. And who's our second? Kirishima and Abi and Daisho, and who's the other Sekiwake this time around? Why am I blanking on that?
The other Sekiwake Daisho.
Daisho
Oho.
and Oho, yeah. So he hasn't fought Oho yet either, has he? I'm just gonna
Listen, I'm rooting for our little hair bear.
No, he hasn't fought Oho. So those are his big matches.
Yeah.
But none of the big guys.
Right. He's. Yeah.
And no one who's doing great either. So
True.
he's in a pretty strong position.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. I think and every time he wins, his hair grows a little more. His hair grows a little more. By the end of this,
His
he's going to
chest
be a
hair
little
just
Wookiee,
he gets a little furrier.
little Ewok. Yeah,
It's going to be covered in fur.
Yeah. I'm trying to work out some nicknames for various Rikishi, and I'm going with Hair Bear for Takayasu.
Okay, you do that.
Just letting you know. Fans make a note of it.
So this is
Update our
our
wiki.
day 11. This is who's fighting who, right?
Ah,
Onosato is fighting Ura, Oho and Kotozakura, Daisho Ichi Yamamoto, Kirishima Takayasu.
yeah. And then the rest. Sorry.
So, Takeru Fuji and Chuda Naomi down there.
Yeah.
Shodai and Endo. Wow. If Endo's still dizzy, they'll be about even.
It depends on which show that comes in. I'm convinced that they're twins.
Yeah.
And they just, trade off. And one of them
There you
is
go. It's
not
like
as good
Freaky
as
Friday.
Yeah, Freaky Friday is exactly right. One of them's British.
Right.
Uh,
It's the
my name's
Hoodoo Heya.
Bean. Yeah.
We got Atami Fuji and Shishi.
That's going to be a good one.
That's one to look for.
Listen, remember
Hakuoho and
Shishi.
Aonishiki.
Keep your whip.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. That's something.
Yeah.
I'm glad those guys are doing good. I really am. It is. I'm glad that there are two of them. It's just it lends a nice texture to the Basho that
yeah.
I really dig it.
Okay. So yeah. I don't know.
Is it time?
Is it time? Shall we dive into
Fantasy Oyakata? I forget what Rishi I've photoshopped.
All right, so here is how things looked last time. That's what it looked like. I was tied with Koke no Oka, with Q right behind, and then Baseball Berry, Riki, and Masu Tarida right behind there.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, the fact that Aonishiki won all 4 of the fights that we
changing the landscape
7 to 10.
of this.
Oh, I see you fixed the graphic. Smooth. So the fact that Aonishiki won all 4 of these fights, and half of the people picked Aonishiki as their lower division,
and the way we rebuked them.
Oh yeah, we were. I gotta take the lumps for that.
Yeah.
On several occasions, I said, I don't know what they're thinking. Right?
Absolutely.
He's gonna be okay, but he's not gonna be pushing for the yusho or doing. He'll be okay. But
they drew on a power greater than ours, and inspired to make that pick. And good.
I mean, there's still 5 days left, but I'm going to say that there is going to be some shakeup as we go through what happened here.
Yes, I imagine somebody's going to be further into the bottom than they were.
So I didn't give myself a cheat sheet, so we'll just go one at a time here.
Okay.
This time. So down here at our lowest rank, we've got Barry Ogawa Michi with 25 points.
Yeah.
Best possible 42, which is pretty good, really. 42 points is.
Hey, you why don't you switch your?
Did I not? Yeah, what? I switched on my screen and not on the main screen.
On the main stage.
Because all that really matters is if I can see it, right?
Right. I was like, wait, what's happening?
All right, here we go. That's what I.
There we go.
All right, so let me pull that back up again. We see best possible is if you had Onosato and Daisho and Takayasu. You see Takayasu's got that one in the special because he got a Kimboshi.
Nice. Okay.
And Takeda Fuji and
Churanomi.
Who also has a 1.
Yeah.
He shouldn't. Why does he have a 1?
Because you wanted to cheat?
I don't think no one chose him, so it doesn't really matter. But he doesn't. Right?
No special.
No,
I don't know.
He doesn't get that.
Nice try, Chirnomi.
So it's 41. It's only 41, not 42.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, good.
But we know that no one chose Churanomi. So
Now,
Not 10th. That's
I
possible.
think baseball berry. This is not baseball berry. This is
This is
berry
not
berry.
no. This is
The new
Barry.
berry.
This is regular Barry.
Just straight berry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So he took Hoshoryu and Kirishima. Kirishima's not doing him any good. Wakataka Kage is just kind of running average.
Shodai doing what he
Shodai.
does. Yeah.
But he did pick Aonishiki.
Nice pick. Okay.
All right. So next up we have
Who is it? Hey, okay,
Physique with 28 points. With a Hoshoryu and a Oho.
Wakataka, yeah.
Wakataka. So look at 5 and 5, 4
Middling
and 6, 5 and 5. Takeru Fuji's a good choice.
That's a
Midori
good one,
Fuji
yeah.
6 and 4.
Not the best, but not the worst.
All right. Next up. Also, I believe at 28 points. Yes, is
I do not know who this is
yeah.
because
Oboyo Doyo.
they're now Kanashi Kyujo.
Yeah. So Hoshoryu not doing good at 5 and 5. Hoshoryu's hitting everyone who picked that.
Daisho,
Daisho's a good choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Wakataka
Just
half
splitting
of us.
down the
I
middle.
picked him too. He's just
Yep.
Tommy Fuji.
Another
So. Midori Fuji.
Midori.
So.
Yeah, I mean, not the worst, but there's still some promise.
Yep. Above that, we've got another 28.
Okay, Marvelous.
Marvelous. You and Marvelous side. Onosato and Kirishima and Wakata. Look, all Wakataka Kage there. Takeda Fuji and Takada Fuji. Marvelous likes Takada Fuji. I think he picked him last time too. All right. Above that, we've got another 28. Q.
Yeah.
Who had been tied for the lead before.
That's right.
So, I don't know what happened. Did I add something? It seems like he shouldn't be there, but
it seems like a precipitous fall.
And Daisho and Kim Bozan and Tommy Fuji and Onokatsu. Yeah, no, it's just All right. And then I think we get up into the 29s. Yes. We got Ace Shoryu at 29. And said Hoshoryu, Oho, Kim Bozan, Takeru Fuji, Aonishiki. There's our first Aonishiki to show up there. Or no, I guess no. Ogawa might. Wow. If Ogawa Michi hadn't pitched
Onokatsu,
Aonishiki, he'd be down.
Yeah, good pick.
And next, it's your boy Troy, Kaijura. But again, look, he's Hoshoryu and Oho, same as Ace. Kimbozan, same as Ace. Takeru Fuji, same as Ace.
Oh,
and Shishi and Aonishiki are two Ukrainians.
How funny. Okay, all right.
So that's going to be the difference between Kaijura and Ace, is which Ukrainian does better.
I like that.
All right, above that, still at 29, we've got Salty Path.
Okay.
Hoshoryu, Kirishima, Kinbozan. See a lot of these finding the same names here. Kinbozan, Shishi.
Dang, I wanted to pick Shishi. I really agonized over it. I really did.
And next up, we've got at 30 points.
Nice.
Aida Uchu.
Yeah.
Onosato, Daisho, Wakataka Kage, Tamawashi. Good pick of Tamawashi. And Takada Fuji. Another
Tamawashi shooting him, right into the solid middle.
Above that, we have also at 30 points, Rikshi Riki.
Nice.
Onosato, Oho, Kinbozan, Hakuoho.
There we go.
Hakuoho and Aonishiki.
Nice. Nicely done.
Coming up next, Baseball Berry.
Baseball Berry. Okay.
Also 30 points. Onosato, Kirishima, Takanosho, Takeru Fuji, Aonishiki.
Yep.
Good choices.
Yep.
Next, we've got Turtle. Onosato, Daisho, Tobizaru, Matami Fuji, and Aonishiki.
Tobizaru.
Aonishiki is really the difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know.
Yeah.
Next up, JJ. JJ with 32 points.
Look at this.
It's
Would you look?
Onosato, Daisho, Kinbozan, Atami Fuji, and Aonishiki.
That Aonishiki is bringing it home for everybody.
Man, if I'd chosen Aonishiki. Next we got Kakaryu,
Takaryu.
who was 33 points. So we see him coming up 30, 31, 32,
And the
33.
best possible is 41.
We showed you Daisho, Wakamoto Haru. First person to pick that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Takeru
I
Fuji,
wouldn't do that again to
and
myself.
Aonishiki.
Yeah.
Above him, we've got Pika no Fuji.
Pika no Fuji.
Pika no Fuji, also at 33 points.
Okay.
Onosato,
Onosato is
Daisho,
Konoyama.
Gonoyama.
Not doing it for
Yeah.
you, but Takeru Fuji
Takeru Fuji and Aonishiki.
making up the difference. Nice.
Look at the Aonishiki there. That's how you
The
know
block,
he's the difference maker. People who picked him and had kind of decent picks there, he's a difference maker.
I gotta ask all you Aonishiki fans, did you have some kind of who tipped you off? Did you pay him? No, I'm curious where you got what your source of inspiration was. I'm just curious.
All right, so then above him we have
Dum-da-da-dum.
Okinoka at 34 points.
How in the heck are you still floating up around the top here?
We'll
What
show
is
you Oho, Takayasu. He's the only person that picked Takayasu.
look at that. Wow.
Takeru Fuji and Meisei.
Who would have thunk?
Who's I can't believe Meisei's 7-3. All right, and so we got only two left. Let's reveal them both at the same time.
Let's do it.
It is
Okay.
Okino Gaijin, and at the top, Masutarida out of nowhere from
nowhere. Like, yeah.
Down
Who
below,
did that for?
Left up to take the lead. He's in the lead with 35. I'm still tied with Koke Nooka.
Gotcha.
But both Onosato, both Daisho, both Wakataka Kage, both Takeru Fuji.
And then we split the difference here.
Onokatsu and Aonishiki is a difference.
That is something. So not by a terrible amount more.
So I guess so if Aonishiki stays on a tear, if all these 50% of people are right, Masutarida is gonna maintain that lead. If
Congratulations to our friend for stealing the top spot. Great picks. That's this is great.
Yeah.
And I do like that we have more folks. It creates a more dynamic way to lose.
Yeah. That way more people can beat you.
That's right. That's exactly right. Fun for everybody.
All right. So that is how things stand here at the end of day 10. Pretty exciting, really.
I think so. I really do. Of course, now that we're done, Fantasy Oyakata. Got to play the outro.
Well, I think on the outro, the Rixie should
go the other way.
Up.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. We'll fix that. I'll make some improvements. I'm gonna do some a flourish and have some fireworks and stuff. We'll continue to develop that particular
I'm glad
feature.
That you find these ways to entertain yourself.
I do. Well, I had to, in some manner or fashion, I had to burn some of my stress when we couldn't connect.
I hazard to think what the world would be like if you had all that time and nothing to distract you.
Well, something bad would happen. I mean, it would be something. Yeah, a lot of work on something that should never have been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go. We've got a very interesting setup, right? We've got
some real fun matches to watch.
Takayasu having that sole lead.
Yeah.
5 days to go.
Unexpected.
5 days to go. Onosato and that big match tomorrow or day 11 with Takeru Fuji and Shuranomi.
I'm looking forward to
Really
that.
looking forward to that.
Same. Tomorrow is, of course, Wednesday, and then there's Thursday, and then there's Friday when we get together and we
we'll
talk
be back
about.
on Friday.
And that will be the debut of the new Fantasy Oyakata opener and closer, which you will most certainly want.
That's worth tuning in for.
Yeah, alone. Yeah. But so hey, friends, for those of you who are watching on demand, or maybe you're watching live right now, I see you. Make sure you're liking.
We see there's 2 of you. We know it.
We know it. You can't hide. We see you. Do me a favor, hanging out there over on the Twitch, and then you're hanging out at the YouTubes. Give us a like, give us a follow, post a comment, and tell us how much you love the Fantasy Oyakata opener and what you would like to see me do to embellish it some more. And I will do those things because that's the kind of show we have.
That's the kind of service you get here at the Sumo Show.
Absolutely. The other thing that you're going to want to do, and you're going to want to be sure to do that, is make sure you head over to our Facebook group, and you can find us facebookgroup.com/The Sumo Show. We once were the only The Sumo Show, and if you see anybody else doing it, attack immediately.
Well, I tell you, one of the funny things doing the Sunday morning Sumo Show, Goose told me that when they were getting ready to do the show, he said to JJ, "We should just call it the Sumo Show." And JJ
said, they need a big rebrand.
There already is one.
There's one. We've been doing it for a couple years now. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was great. But there. I thought I saw some. Well, I mean, I did see another The Sumo Show popped by and said, "Hey, pal, look at you. We're like twins."
Look at us.
And he goes, "Don't make me change it." And I'm like, listen, I can't go over there and give you the, the whatever finishing move that makes you change your name to something else.
No, we don't have the powers that NHK does.
That's right. No, we may be deleting your whole entire channel with our hearts, but we would never do it for real.
Right.
No, we don't care. We stand out on our own.
We stand on our Sumo Show merits.
That's right. We have a fighting spirit.
You can be Sumo Show, but we are the Sumo Show.
Hey, that's right. So try. Well, no, I think they can be the Sumo Show because we are Sumo Show.
We are the Sumo Show.
No, we're not. We're on YouTube. We're Sumo Show.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that too.
But hey, we don't have to have the.
That's NHK's fault.
That is. I mean, well, here's the deal. You can't be the bad boys of amateur sumo podcasting without breaking a couple eggs.
Right. You gotta get into a fight or two. You gotta throw a few elbows.
You want the omelet, you're gonna get the horns, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That thing that people say.
Right. That's right.
I think I'm breaking into a sweat because lo and behold, I have to pee.
I am shocked. Shocked to hear that.
Yeah. Well, it is getting late. But hey, Stan, we did it.
Hey, after all that trouble, our first attempt where the internet wasn't cooperating, it now is cooperated for a full hour.
You get the special award for fighting spirit. And
I think this particular episode earned us a fighting spirit award.
I feel like that, yeah, which should be reflected on our scorecard and mine in particular.
And it should be. We should get our pay should be increased forever.
I agree. Our envelope stack much taller because of our fighting spirit.
So nah.
Yeah. Well, so how about I grab these drums?
How about you grab those drums? You're gonna. That was.
They're heavy, and I gotta be.
Just tone that down next time, buddy. You've been listening to the Sumo Show, a live podcast about the art and sport of sumo. Your hosts tonight have been Stan Brown and Troy Hewitt. Production by Troy Hewitt. Sumo-liering by Stan Brown. And initial charge by Tachi I Troy.
Hi.
So until Friday evening, when we'll be back to cover days 11 through 14, or 11 through 14, whatever. It was Friday, that's for sure. I say to you, ciao matane.